today we have, I want to introduce our chef, and her name is Chef Johnna, aka the Kitchen Shaman.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Chicago VeggieFest 2016. Isn't this great? Yeah. You guys made soup out here for this Arizona. I'm a dry heat kind of person, not a wet heat kind of person, but you know, we're dealing with it. So, thank you for the lovely introduction, Lori. I am a trained chef, which means I have a very nice knife kit. What I do is I chop things really, really fast and furiously. In order to teach you how to chop things, I promise to go just a little bit slower so you can learn. Chef's knife. Very, very sharp, very, very pretty. Old chef's knife. Not so pretty, but very, very sharp. This is called a petite. It's a utility knife. It does things like trim a radish, which I'll show you in a little while, and how to do the rest of that. Today, I'm going to make watermelon 3 ways because watermelon can get married in a variety of different ways. Now, we are used to cutting watermelon, right? Y'all know how to cut watermelon? You think, right? So, I was told by my knife guys, do not use this knife to cut my watermelon. Use this knife. Lots of research. There's a guy on YouTube that can do this in 20 seconds flat. I'm not that guy. So, busting down a watermelon can be a little harsh, but if you follow the skin like this and cut it open. We're going to do watermelon salsa. It's a salsa fresca. Salsa fresca is a fresh salsa. You don't cook or grill anything in the salsa. And that's what these guys are setting up right now. It's a watermelon salsa. It's got jalapeno, radish, agave, a little salt, and a little cumin. So you get a little sweet, a little flavor going on. I use radish instead of onion. Tastes a little better. Well, it gives it a different flavor. We're so used to onions in our salsa. So I thought I'd put something different in there. So now do you think you can go home and do that? Alright, y'all got knife skills, huh? Alright. The second thing we're going to do is watermelon gazpacho. Who knows what gazpacho is? Alright, you know what gazpacho is. Gazpacho is a raw soup, a raw cold soup. Not to be confused with vichyssoise, which is not raw because you cook the potatoes in vichyssoise. Vichyssoise is a cold potato soup. Now, see that? And get that off. Now, you all you're here in Chicago, outside of Chicago. You guys know what pickled watermelon rind is? I've never made it. I'm going to try that someday. Pickled watermelon rind. It sounds really good. All right. This guy. Right in half like that. And we're going to do what's called a boudoir. Alright, in knife skills training, there are several different cuts we do. Boudoir is a very small, tiny, tiny cut. And it's almost a mince, but not quite. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we slice the watermelon like this. So let me tell you a little something about myself. So I started cooking when I was 5 years old at my grandma's knee. She had to put a step stool up. Started making bread. Did not become a pastry chef. Started making bread. Started cooking all sorts of food. And then I got away from cooking. And I went to school for media arts, for film and video. And then I went back to cooking. Because I love it. I love cooking. Alright, so you see that? Did you all see that? You want me to do it again? Let me chop this up. I'll show you. I need a bowl. So rock the knife, rock the knife, rock the knife, rock the knife, rock the knife. So keeping my fingers away from the knife, yeah? And I'm rocking the knife, yeah, that's good. Oops, let's put it over here. There we go. All right, so just like that. Great music for this. I love Santana. All right, when you do that, keep your hand flat. I already cut myself today. All right, hand flat, right? Pick it up. Hand flat. That way you do not cut yourself. You also get to drain a little bit of the juice off the watermelon. It's going to keep juicing.
And I will say that the research at this point is somewhat on whether on the effects of GMOs and human health.
Do I need to do that again?
There's a difference between something that is
No? Okay. Watermelon's lovely. Everybody know what this is? Jalapeno, right? Jalapeno. Where do jalapenos come from? Where do chilies come from? Mexico. The Sonoran Desert and down south. I'm from the Sonoran Desert, so I cook spicy things. Do you guys like it spicy? Yeah. Yeah? So, oh my God, good. You're the right crowd for me. Some people don't like spicy. I don't understand that. So I have a lovely website called thekitchenshaman.com where you can find my recipes, you can find food photography, and you can find videos of my cooking, so you can learn stuff like this. On the website, and here today, I have cookbooks. So I put out several little cookbooks. One is called Delectable Vegan Soups, and the watermelon soup that we're going to do today is in that book. And we have some for sale today, so when we're done, we can go right over to the table and you can buy them. It's got all sorts of soups in it. Potato soup, watermelon soup, it's got a fresh tomato soup, it's got a, I don't know, a bunch of soups. My other book, Things Vegans Fry. Now, do you guys like fried food? Yeah? Okay, so, like, we're supposed to be a healthy bunch, us vegans, right? We're supposed to be, like, really healthy and eating, like, all this raw food and all this beautiful food. I like to fry things. I'm still a chef, right? I am a chef. I love to fry things. So I get out the onions and I get out the basin flour. You know what basin flour is? I cook with it. I get out the gluten-free flour and I make onion rings. I make falafel. So all of those recipes I've been working on for the last several years are in Things Vegans Fry. And that's available today. You can get either one of those books from us, or both of them, for $7 each. Or we have QR codes that you can order directly from Amazon. So you can have a scanner on your phone, scan our QR code, and it goes right to Amazon.com. All right, there you go. Am I chopping fast enough, slow enough? You want to see more? All right. So, my little radish, right? I cleaned these off before the demo. So trim off the ends, right? Keeping my fingers out of the way. This is called a mandolin, a Japanese mandolin. It's one of my favorite tools. It will shred and it will slice. So what I'm going to do, slice those that way. You think I'm going to cut myself? Yeah? Really? I'm a professional. I already cut myself once today. I don't want to do it again. All right. Back of the mandolin looks like that. All right. So now we have little radish rounds, right? Can you guys see? Okay. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Now you can do it a couple of ways. You can stack them up all nice and neat like that, right? And you're going to slice them like that. Am I going fast enough? You want me to go slower? I haven't done the history of radishes yet. Watermelon. Watermelon comes from Africa. Watermelon comes from the deep jungles of Africa. It was a wild food that humans domesticated a long time ago. In ancient Egypt, there are There's artwork that shows people eating watermelon, harvesting watermelon, pickling watermelon, doing all sorts of things with watermelon. So watermelon's been eaten by human beings for a very, very long time. There's also some health aspects to watermelon. So the more the better. All right. Whoops. All right. I'm not doing this very neatly because, you know. So you just chop these up, these little guys like this. Think you can go home and do that? Yeah? 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 Okay. All right, I trust you guys. You can also like watch some YouTube channels. I'll be putting some more videos up with knife skills. So one of the things I like to teach is how to cook vegan like a pro, because so many people who teach vegan cooking are not professionals. Because so many chefs I work with, they're like, we want it, do meat. I'm like, okay, fine, do that. I don't. I've been a vegan for a couple of years, mostly vegetarian off and on for the last 14 years. My spouse is 100% vegan. When we first got together, they were only vegetarian. But we made the switch. Once I retired from professional kitchens, I stopped eating meat, because it's really hard when you're working in a professional kitchen to not taste your food. And I know people do it, but I worked in high-end hotels and high-end restaurants, so I had to eat the food. Now I've been doing this for so long. I know my flavors. I know the amount I put in is going to be accurate. But one of the things they tell you all the time: taste your food, taste your food, taste your food. So every single time you're cooking, taste your food, so that you know, right? So, radish, watermelon, jalapeno. Now, don't gasp, please. A little pinch of salt, because the salt brings the flavor out in the foods, right? So don't not use salt. Use a little tiny salt. I use cumin powder. Cumin seeds are amazing. Lots of health benefits there. I buy whole seeds. I toast them myself in a pan at home, and then I grind them up in a coffee grinder. So I went and bought a coffee grinder, and that's what I grind all my seeds in. Agave syrup. My recipe calls for a teaspoon. All right, there you go. That's a teaspoon. What do you guys think of this? You like this? Yeah? Refreshing? Okay. There you go. Now, if you want to, you can add a little fresh mint. You can add a little cilantro. You can add, you can do whatever you want. You can make a little riff on it. I would love it if you would, tell me what you did, But there you go. That's how you make that watermelon. Salsa. Watermelon salsa. Any questions about the watermelon salsa fresco? No? Well, you guys are not a talky bunch, are you? Am I here to entertain you? Yeah. Oh, what's a salsa fresca? I thought I said what a salsa fresca was. It is a fresh salsa, not a grilled or cooked salsa. So all of my ingredients in a salsa fresca are raw and fresh. I am not a raw chef. I am a savory chef. However, I love the flavor of fresh, uncooked foods as well. So I kind of do like a 70% cooked, 30% raw. I love eating carrots and celery, all that kind of stuff. So I don't make this as often as I would like to. It's a watermelon gazpacho. You guys said you liked it spicy. This is a habanero. Do you want me to put the whole thing in? Living dangerously. Tell you what, I got a couple people say no. I'm going to be a little nice. Okay? Now, the thing about chilies, the heat lives in the veins and the seeds, right? The capsicum ingredient that makes it hot. So if you take those seeds and those veins out, sometimes it's not as hot. I don't know. So now do you all have QR scanners on your phone so you can go to Amazon and buy my books? Yeah? Or are you going to just buy my... I have a limited amount. I have 20 fry books and 20 soup books with me. So just beware. Now when you touch chilies like that with bare hands, wash them afterwards. Don't touch your eyes, don't touch your parts. It will hurt a lot. Alright, so my recipe here calls for 3 cups of watermelon, but we have a little bit bigger crowd, so I'm going to do a little bit more. And this is going to go right into the Vitamix. Now, watermelon blends up pretty easily, so you don't have to chop it as fine, right? You can chunk it. This is a Vitamix. If you don't have a Vitamix at home, that's okay. If you just have a regular blender, it's just going to take a little more time to blend it, right? You don't need to buy the fancy, expensive tools that us chefs like to use. I have a Black & Decker at home. It's amazing. It works really well. So this recipe has watermelon, habanero, I need this. What's this? Yeah, I love you guys. You're amazing. So mango. So I'm not really going to measure it. I'm just going to fill the blender up. Now, does anybody know how to open a mango? Some people do? Okay, all right, cool. Well, mangoes have always perplexed me, so if I do it wrong, let me know. One of the things you want to do is definitely keep your fingers out of the way with really, really sharp knives. Why do they put those tags on food?
Yeah.
Why? Quality control. Alright, let me find my slice again. Alright. So what I'm trying to do is find the seed so that I can get the skin off. I like this music. It's really good music. It's great cooking music. Y'all like to cook to music? Yeah. Who cooks to the TV? Anybody? You cook to the television? You cook? Oh, you do? Okay, cool. You cook to YouTube? You watch YouTube? Yeah, you do? Okay, all right. YouTube's really useful. My go-to YouTube was Manjula's Kitchen for Indian food because I like to cook Indian food. It's cheaper to cook it than to buy it. All right, I don't know if you guys can see me. All right, so that's a 4. So I kind of slaughtered this poor little guy. But see how I'm going along the edge of the skin there, right? This is what takes the longest part, is the mango. The watermelon's the easy part. And what we'll do is we'll blend this up, and then we'll blend up the rest of it. We'll dump it and we'll blend up the rest of the watermelon, mix it all together so that we don't wear out the poor little blender. That's a Vitamix, it can take it.
Do you have a tip for picking out a watermelon?
Do what?
Do you have a tip for picking out the right one?
You know, make sure the skin, most of the skin is really green. You don't want as much white on it, and then sometimes you'll see the yellow on it. That's where it's been growing. So the yellow is okay if it's only on a part of the watermelon, but that means it didn't get exposed to the sun. It's the exposure to the sun that causes the delicious sweetness of watermelon, like any plant. So see how I'm pushing that down? And then taking the skin off. Like that. Okay, there we go. So lime. You can use a lime juicer if you want. I'm a visceral chef. I like to touch my food. Make sure it's up all the way high. Now, Vitamixes come with these handy dandy tools. It's called a plunger. Oh, there you go, didn't even need it. So, part of my recipe for this, ginger simple syrup. All right, I made this myself. before I came. Simple syrup is a 1-to-1, water and sugar. Don't worry, I use vegan sugar. You say, what? There is non-vegan sugar. Teaspoons, measuring spoons. They're over there. That's okay. Yeah, just let me have one of those. So I added fresh ginger to this, and I cooked it on the stove, and I cooked it down into a syrup. And that. Okay, and I do go a little heavy on the sweetness on this one, so a little bit of agave. What does it say? It says, oh, a teaspoon. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. All right. So now that it's down a little bit, you can put some more in there. I need a tasty spoon. Sorry. All right. You guys are gonna love me. Go ahead and start the fresca. That's those cups. And let's see. Oh, so I've been a chef for about 20 years, and I broke my body pretty bad, so I have shoulder injuries, so I had to retire from being a chef, cooking professionally. Which is, we had already started the blog before. I've had a kitchen challenge for a long time, so we had already started it, but then I really, last couple of years, because I retired, I was able to start building this business up and the blog and writing about food and paying attention to food more than I did before. Okay. New toys. This is one of the brand new Ready mixes. So I'm used to the older ones. So make sure you turn it off. If you're going to plunge deep on these things, if you plunge too far, the blade will cut up the plunger. Alright, we're going to pour this in there, we're going to mix it up a little bit more, okay? Mix it all up. Mix that all up. Really good, Mo. Mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it. Alright, good. Oh yeah, you're going to have plenty. Alright, so that's how we make watermelon gazpacho. The mango helps thicken the soup a little bit. And, oh, I forgot the cilantro. Okay, so you guys, don't serve those yet. Yeah. You can do the cilantro two ways. You can do it during or you can do it after. We all know what cilantro is? Yeah? Do we like cilantro? All right. You guys are the best. Oh my gosh. So what we're going to do is a chiffonade. A chiffonade is like a julienne but finer. It's like really fine sliced. So, here we go. Alright, so I'm going to wad those all up, right? Can you guys see? Yeah? Okay. I'm using my very fine knife. I'm keeping my fingers tucked back, right? So I don't cut myself. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to tell you what a shaman is. Do you guys know what a shaman is? Shaman's a spiritual advisor, someone who goes to the underworld, someone who practices healing. And I firmly believe that food can heal us. That if we eat if we eat foods that are healing and loving and nurturing, then we can make sure that we're staying healthy. My food is to help you be vibrate and be healthy and be happy. I mean, I don't cook the healthiest food, but I cook happy food. People have food allergies. Yeah, gluten. Some people have gluten allergies. I don't. My wife does. I have an allergy to corn. You guys live in the land of corn. I don't understand. It's so much corn. Oh my God. I've never seen so much corn in my life. But it's beautiful out here. It's green. You guys have a lot of green. The wind is making my microphone do weird things. Okay, so for the agua fresca, we're going to do the same thing. What do you guys think? Okay, now that's going to be in my delectable vegan soups that you can order after this presentation. All right. Can we rinse this out a little bit because it's got habanero in it, and I don't think I want to do that twice. She's got the microphone.
What's the difference between coriander and cilantro?
Nice question. Coriander is the seed of cilantro. Who knew that? Nice. You guys are educated. I love it. Cilantro's got lots of health benefits. I don't have them in my head today. I have written a blog post about them, so you can go read about that. I saved a little bit of lime for the sandía. So in Spanish, watermelon is sandía. So what I am making for you next is agua fresca de sandía, fresh watermelon water. So that's kind of weird to say, fresh watermelon water. But back home, we do a lot of different kinds of agua frescas. We do melon agua fresca, strawberry agua fresca, tamarind agua fresca. Tamarind is a sour fruit from India. We do all sorts of different agua frescas. Watermelon is my favorite because watermelon is one of my favorite foods. All right. Oh, this is where the half a cup of the. Do you guys have enough? Open the lid, right? So I just, this agave syrup, I don't know if you guys have it out here, but we have a lot of it back home. Blue agave, comes from the agave plant, same plant that makes tequila. So you got agave and tequila. You can put a little tequila in this if you wanted. You have a little party. I don't drink, so I don't put alcohol in my agua fresca. Oh. So that's the simple syrup. I have a package of mints. So this recipe comes with watermelon, 6 cups of water, ginger infused simple syrup, agave syrup, some mint, and lime juice. So, because I love using lime juice. Limes are awesome. Lemons are great. Lemons are great for a nice fresh flavor. Lime is a higher acidic content, so it helps your food stay fresh and it gives it that flavor. Yeah. But we're going to use the black cuts for this. So, I'm going to put a few sprays in there. Like that. Huh?
Where is home?
Oh, Phoenix, Arizona. I spent 20 years in Tucson. So I grew up in Phoenix. I grew up in the Southwest, the Sonora Desert. So I learned chilies young. Gotta put it the right way, right? I do have a blog. I do have a post on my website, on my blog, all about chilies. Can you pass that over to me? No, no, no. Yeah, no. So with agua fresca, we're going to strain it, and we're going to add some water. So I'm adding some water to this. I have this recipe on my website. I have not done a drinks recipe yet. This takes some of the pulp away. Watermelon does not have a lot of pulp. It has a little pulp. So I think I put enough wine in there. Yeah. Can I have another tasty spoon? Yeah. All right, one more time. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I will be back tomorrow making you red chili tofu taco salad. We'll be cooking red chili and tofu. Who loves tofu? Yeah! Oh, you don't love tofu? Well, some people are afraid of tofu. I'm not. I used to be afraid of it. I made friends. We're happy. So now, lots of tofu. All right, we're going to let that strain for a second. It's all good. I'm going to take a break, take some water. Is everybody here from Chicago? No? Wow. That's nice. I'm not from Chicago either. All right. So, oh, yeah, that's fine. So see, there's a little bit of pulp there. We're just gonna set that aside. I would, if I was home, I'd let that drain for a little bit longer. So mix it all up because this is water. So you're watering down the watermelon a little bit and the mint because it's a drink, right? All right, you can use the same scoopy scoop.